This morning, AFL legend Eddie Betts calls out vile racist abuse hurled at his young children. Plus, a shooting triggers a murder probe in Melbourne's north. A man found critically injured in a Baldwin backyard mystery. Relief for Victoria's wine industry as China lifts crippling tariffs. And Victorians open their hearts and wallets for the Good Friday appeal.
Live from Melbourne, 7 News with Mike Amor starts now.
Good morning. AFL legend Eddie Betts says Aboriginal children are not safe in their own homes. He shared a video of racial slurs being hurled toward his children while they were playing outside. Sarah Jane Bell has more.
The footy great has spoken out about the racial attack, saying we are not even safe in our own homes. For years, Eddie Betts has called out the racial abuse that he faced on the field. Now it appears that his own children are facing similar attacks in their own homes where they should be safe. He posted the vision to his Instagram account last night. The CCTV shows a car being driven down the street. It slows down where the kids are playing basketball inside the yard, and that's when a racial slur is repeatedly yelled at the young children. Now, it is understood that these are Eddie's kids and some of their friends. With the post, Betts wrote Aboriginal kids deserve to be able to play safely, free from racism and abuse over the fence, even offering to help educate the attacker. The AFL community and the broader community have called out and condemned this racial attack.
I think it makes me angry. You know, it's sad. People have used the word disgusting, and I think it makes me emotional. So, you know, I mean, obviously, as a club, I think everyone's put something out there to express their support and love and concern for the Betts family, Eddie and his family, and you know, quite simply, it makes my blood boil.
It's just hard to believe that this stuff is still going on in Australia today, and I think Eddie has done the right thing calling it out. I think everyone's got to keep calling it out. And hopefully down the line somewhere we get to a situation where this doesn't happen anymore. But just really shocking, and you've really got to feel for Eddie and his family at the moment.
Despite the support, you can imagine just how terrifying this experience has been. It has been called atrocious and heartbreaking.
A major homicide investigation is underway in Melbourne's north this morning after a man was shot dead. He was found on a street early this morning and couldn't be saved. Crime reporter Cassie Zervos is in Glenroy.
Well, he was found lying next to a parked car outside this strip of shops. Residents say they woke to rapid gunfire at around 4:30 this morning and came outside to see what had happened. But when they found the victim lying unconscious, they immediately called 000, transforming this neighbourhood into a major crime scene. The homicide squad is now leading this investigation, but say they are treating the shooting as a targeted attack.
I went for a walk and then I heard a loud bang on the oval when I was jogging. Sadly, there was a guy on the ground that passed away.
It appears at this stage to be a targeted attack. Again, as I say, the deceased is known to police and does have criminal history.
Police have been going door to door speaking to locals and getting CCTV of the getaway car. The area will remain a crime scene for most of today as the manhunt continues to find the gunman.
In breaking news this morning, 45 people have been killed after a bus plunged into a ravine in South Africa. It crashed through a barrier over a sheer 50-metre drop and caught fire as it hit the ground in the country's northeast. Passengers had been on their way to attend an Easter service. An 8-year-old girl was the only survivor. Residents in Melbourne's east have woken to a critically injured man in their backyard. Geordie Wright is in Baldwin, and Geordie, police are trying to work out what happened.
Mike, forensics have been at this Baldwin home all morning collecting evidence after neighbours found the man with life-threatening injuries in their backyard last night about 9 p.m. He was taken to the Alfred Hospital in a critical condition. It's understood the man in his 50s was severely bashed at this Conway Crescent home but managed to escape to the yard next door. Police then forced entry to the home hours later. The dog squad also called in to assist, but no one was inside. Neighbours say the home has recently been used as an Airbnb and people were seen coming and going from that house all day yesterday. Police are now trying to establish exactly who was at the home last night and urging any witnesses to come forward. Mike.
Geordie Wright in Baldwin, thank you. Authorities in Baltimore are trying to get the city's busy port up and running again after the deadly bridge disaster. Crews are still searching for bodies in the icy water and clearing the wreckage is proving to be a huge challenge. Here's our US correspondent, Miley Hogan.
Authorities have stressed they just cannot put a timeline on how long this cleanup is going to take, but they've started and they're putting a lot of resources into it. The United States Navy is also involved. It's sent along barges, other support vessels, including cranes to help, and we know that the Army has sent more than 1,000 engineers to work on this.
Government is working hand in hand with industry to investigate the area, to clear the wreck, and to move the ship.
Yesterday, divers recovered 2 bodies from the river. They were found inside a red pickup truck. The search for the others has now been suspended, and the reason for that is officials say they could be inside other vehicles that plunged into the river, and those are stuck beneath concrete, debris and other twisted metal. It's now become just too dangerous for divers to go in any further. They've exhausted all options. So the sooner they can clean up some of this mess, the quicker those divers can get back into the water to continue this recovery mission.
The best minds in the world are coming together to collect the information that we need to move forward with speed and safety in our response to this collapse.
The National Transport Safety Board are continuing their investigation, collecting as much evidence as they can. With ships heading towards the port needing to be diverted, the focus is on the rebuild. 15,000 jobs depend directly on the Port of Baltimore. With more than 100,000 linked to it, it handles billions of dollars worth of foreign cargo each year that includes more cars and trucks than any other US port. The full extent of the economic impact here really hinges on how long the port stays closed.
Australian wine will return to Chinese shelves and restaurants after Beijing dropped crippling tariffs on the industry. Live to political reporter Ben Downing. Morning, Ben. It will mean billions of dollars for our producers.
Yeah, good morning, Mike. Nearly 5 years of 200% tariffs on Australian wine means there's a lot to make up for now trade has restarted. Up until the sanctions, China was Australia's largest export market. Now our wine can resume flowing and Australian workers can return to vineyards. The politically motivated tariffs were imposed after multiple diplomatic rows over COVID, national security and human rights, leading to frosty relations between both nations. In 2019, the market was worth more than $1 billion, and even on a day of incredible optimism for producers, they're realistic about how long it will take to rebuild the industry.
We're not expecting that it's going to come back to the $1.2 billion figure we saw a couple of years ago. That takes time. It's going to take some time to get back into the market and rebuild those connections with consumers.
We're still looking forward to our beef industry and our rock lobster industry getting their relief.
On beef and lobster, the government is optimistic after negotiating down tariffs on coal, barley and now wine. The once frosty relations continue to thaw. Mike?
Ben Downing in Canberra, thank you. The Good Friday appeal is officially underway. Blake Johnson is at the Convention Centre, and Blake, a massive day for such an important cause.
It is, Mike. The broadcast is about to get underway, but the phone lines are already open here in the phone room here. And with the help of the Premier, Jacinta Allen, we've already raised $941,000. She has been on the phones already this morning. There are donations big and small. Of course, the corporate end of town always chips in, but it is the pocket money that is the most important. We've seen people shaking tins right around town. 300 volunteers at intersections across the city, from Kingsway right in. Firefighters, helping out as well in bunny ears, stopping and chatting with drivers. So it is a wonderful event right across Melbourne. The house auction this afternoon coming up in Tarneet, and then the Good Friday Appeal football match between North and Carlton at Marvel this afternoon. The broadcast gets underway at midday. We're trying to hit last year's record of $23 million. Hopefully we can get there tonight.
We'll see you throughout the afternoon. Blake, thank you. And the Good Friday Appeal's been given a $1 million boost thanks to the state government. You saw the Premier in the phone room there. She spoke exclusively to state political editor Charnel Veller about the time her family relied on the Royal Children's Hospital.
Well, thank you so much for your time. This is your first Good Friday Appeal as Premier, but you're no stranger to the hospital.
No, Charnel, I've had the experience of spending Good Friday here on this exact floor as a parent of a sick little baby, and I know from first-hand experience just how amazing the care, the quality of the healthcare, but what also comes with that healthcare is love. Love and care for the sickest of little babies and kids, but also for the families around them.
Tell me about how supported you felt at that time, because as you mentioned, it's not just about the patient, it's really a wraparound service for the whole family.
Coming into the hospital, when you feel it's like a giant warm embrace that you get from the staff, whilst they are devoting their skill and talent to caring for the sick little babies, they're also making sure that you understand what's going on. It's a public health system that is got such a big and important research institute that wraps around it. This is world class, not in terms of the healthcare, but also world class in just the care.
And not just if you're from Victoria, everyone from all around the country comes here.
I think that's why Victorians donate so strongly, because everyone's got a personal connection and want to share that back.
And we've seen them dig deep through cost of living crisis, through COVID. We know the state government is a big supporter of today, and you've come with an announcement as well. Are you able to tell me about that donation?
Oh, Chanel, I'm really proud to share with you that on behalf of the Victorian government and the broader Victorian community, we will be making a $1 million contribution to the Good Friday Appeal this year. And, it does feel very special for me to be able to do that on behalf of the Victorian community. I was hoping I was going to get through all of this without getting a bit teary, but yes, it's very special.
Thank you so much. It's a huge donation, $1 million on behalf of the state government here at the Royal Children's Hospital. Mike.
Charnel, thank you. 2 people charged over repeated Brighton aggravated burglaries on Sunday are already on bail. Details next on 7 News. Plus, a Premier intervenes to reunite.
Colorbond, made by Australia.
Are you an abuse survivor and received a National Redress Scheme payment? Did no more legal services help you? Contact Arnold, Thomas and Becker urgently, as you could have a further claim worth hundreds of thousands. Time limits apply, so contact Arnold, Thomas and Becker today.
They say the days are long, but the years are short, ponders Prisha.
They is really onto something.
She sometimes misses the freedom before kiddos. The spontaneous road trips with her hubby are all on pause.
They are so on pause.
The upside, she has everyday insurance from Woolworths. Drive less, pay less cover, tailored to how far she drives these days.
Not far.
And she gets 10% off a Woolworths shop every month.
It's the small victories, people.
Make your insurance count. Make every day count.
A sprinkling of chili to dance sharp on the tongue. Sour cream that's so rich you can't help but say yum. If you love your chips slow cooked and deliciously bitey, may we boldly suggest this kettle's pretty darn mighty.
A great night's sleep can make all the difference. It can be the difference between having dreams and making them come true. A great night's sleep, night after night after night. That is the difference. The difference is temper.
2 men accused of robbing a Brighton home 3 times in a single night have been released on bail. The alleged thieves broke into the property on Sunday, stealing 2 Mercedes, a Mini Cooper, 2 motorbikes and electric scooters. Police say they returned with their friends another 2 times, raiding the property again. A 26-year-old and 21-year-old from Carrum Downs will front court again in June. This is the moment a sinkhole opened on a street in Rome, swallowing 2 parked cars and leaving a third teetering on the edge. It happened around 1 o'clock in the morning and thankfully there was no one around. 10 metres wide and 10 metres deep, the chasm forced the area to be cordoned off as engineers were brought in to assess the damage. And a drunk and unlicensed driver has been caught on camera treating a suburban road like a racetrack in the Czech Republic. He took the Ford Mustang he'd just received as a birthday gift out for a spin and careered through a red light and smashed into a road sign. The out-of-control driver came to a stop in the middle of an intersection after rear-ending another driver. King Charles has released a special Easter message as he undergoes treatment for cancer. As Hugh Whitfield reports, the monarch was unable to attend the traditional Maundy Thursday service.
Queen Camilla deputising for her husband at a royal tradition dating back more than 1,500 years. Maundy Thursday, or Holy Thursday, the day before Good Friday, where the monarch hands out coins to pensioners. It's meant to symbolise Jesus washing the feet of his disciples. They hand out the same number of coins for the age of the monarch. So 75 men received the Maundy money today and 75 women. King Charles is 75. These services are held in regional UK cathedrals, a tradition started by the late Queen Elizabeth. Camilla wearing brooches belonging to the late Queen today. Unable to be there due to his cancer treatment, the King sent an audio message played to the congregation with a focus on kindness.
We need and benefit greatly from those who extend the hand of friendship to us, especially in a time of need. It is my special prayer today that our Lord's example of serving one another might continue to inspire us and to strengthen all our communities. May God bless you all this Easter.
The call for the hand of friendship comes after his daughter-in-law, the Princess of Wales, faced vicious online rumours about her condition before she revealed her own cancer diagnosis. The King, still busy today, receiving new ambassadors at Buckingham Palace from Burundi and the Maldives. That augurs well for Easter Sunday, when the King is hoping to lead the royal family at St George's Chapel at Windsor Castle.
Pope Francis has presided over a Holy Thursday Mass at St Peter's Basilica. During the service, the pontiff renewed his vows and blessed oils that will be used in church sacraments. He later visited a female prison for a foot-washing ritual commemorating the Last Supper, when Jesus washed the disciples' feet the night before he was crucified. Researchers in the UK could be on the verge of a breakthrough treatment for breast cancer. Many women with the BRCA gene mutation, like Angelina Jolie, opt for preventative surgeries like mastectomies. But scientists from the University of Cambridge have found that giving drugs reserved for women in the late stages of the disease to healthy women who carry the gene could prevent them developing cancer altogether. Queensland authorities are considering returning internet sensation Molly the Magpie to her carers after she was seized from her owners. Queensland Premier Stephen Miles says his government wants to work with the pair who raised the native bird to ensure they could maintain the required permits to keep her. The rescued bird and her unlikely best friend, bull terrier Peggy, have more than 2 million followers online. Sport is next with Andrew McCormack. And Macca, there's some big selection news this morning.
That's right, Mike. Another huge out for the Tigers. We'll get the latest from Punt Road next. Plus, Scott Pendlebury's nervous wait after the Pies resurrect their premiership defence from the brink. And Melbourne United lives to fight another day as the NBL Championship.
On. Get 20% off toys from big brands like Lego, Barbie, Fisher-Price and more. But hurry, the sale disappears Wednesday, April 17th. Conditions and exclusions apply. See online and in-store for details.
You ready for this?
Because we're coming.
Couldn't think of a better venue than Adelaide and the Grange.
Magnificent! Oh, yes! Wow. Fantastic!
This is what Live is about.
Do you enjoy watching the best players in the world? You've come to the right place.
There it is! That's one of the great moments in Live Golf history. We promised you an 8 on 12. Absolutely incredible!
See you at Live Golf Adelaide.
Make a power play and switch your energy to Power Shop this season. Now that's the energy we're looking for. Woo! You have power with Power Shop.
Welcome back. Richmond's winless start to the season has been hit with another injury blow. Dustin Martin has been ruled out of Sunday's clash against Sydney with a calf issue. Coach Adam Uze confirmed the news this morning. The Tigers haven't lost their first 4 games of the season since 2010. The Bulldogs admit Jamara Ugle-Hagan is in doubt to take on the Eagles. The star forward trained today after having scans on his knee during the week. Rory Lobb has been included in their extended squad. Luke Beveridge confirming Jack McRae is in the starting 22 for the first time this year after 47 disposals in the VFL.
You can't have a player perform to the level that Jack did last week and not find a spot for him, especially when you've got 2 injuries.
Captain Marcus Bontempelli looks set to shake off an ankle injury. Scott Pendlebury's perfect suspension record is expected to remain intact as Collingwood got its premiership defence back on track. Pendlebury struck Lions superstar Lachie Neale off the ball in an incident in the 3rd term. The Pies veteran is likely to receive just the 2nd fine of his 387-game career if it's deemed intentional and low impact by the match review.
After the game, I said sorry to him. I didn't mean to get him quite there. Retaliate always gets caught. Mum told me that, and I got sucked in tonight.
Jamie Elliott kicked 4 goals in last night's grand final rematch. The Pies avoided a 0-4 start with a 20-point win.
Clearly it was a step forward, wasn't it? I think last year we were number 1 for pressure or close to it, and we're 13th. And it just almost stung us all. We all looked at the number going, oh, come on, that's not us. So we tried to make a statement tonight.
Collingwood will enjoy a 10-day break before taking on Hawthorn Sunday week in Adelaide for Gather Round. And an all-time classic NBL Championship Series is going to a deciding Game 5 after Melbourne United broke Tassie Hearts in Hobart last night. United trailed in the final minute, but Matthew Dellavedova put the team on his back with 7 seconds to go.
Matthew Dellavedova! Brilliant! Simply brilliant!
We knew it was going to be a tough place to come in and win. We won it bad. We knew it was going to be tough. They're a great team. And, it's going to be a good game on Sunday.
That it is. The deciding Game 5 is in Melbourne on Sunday. That will be a cracker. So, too, will tonight's Good Friday game, or Savo's Good Friday game, 4 o'clock start, the coverage, 4:20 first bounce. North looking to upset the Red Hot Blues.
Too.
Yeah, look, they played pretty well against Freo last week. So can they stop Harry Mackay and Charlie Curnow? That's going to be the big concern.
And, of course, raising money for the Good Friday appeal. So keep digging deep if you can. By the way, Pendles should keep listening to his mum.
He should. 387 games. He's never been suspended.
Come on,
and just 1 fine. You might have to fork out something, I think, tonight. So.
OK, thanks, Macca. Next in 7's Morning News, we'll have your long weekend weather forecast.
Oh, that sucks.
It's a good thing you're with Budget Direct, Australia's most award-winning insurer.
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
Amart's Easter sale is on now. Get 10 to 60% off absolutely everything store-wide. That's massive savings across a huge range of lounges, bedroom, dining and more. You better hurry, this offer won't last long at Amart.
HCF gives members CanStar-winning health cover and the lowest average rate rise of the major funds. Now we're also giving members the chance to take over our ads. Isn't that right, Stuart? Hold on. Do you want some help? We'll get hair and makeup.
Plate for everyone. Find yours at vplates.com.au.
This is Cheryl Long. She's an Apia customer consultant. Unlike some other insurers, Apia can offer you personalised advice, which means they take the time to understand what matters to you most. That's just one reason we're proud to have been awarded CanStar's Most Satisfied Customers 2023. Chat to Apia today and speak with a specialist like Cheryl, so you'll get cover that suits you and your budget. That's Apia value.
Checking your Good Friday weather now. A high pressure system will move across Bass Strait and into the Tasman Sea today. A weak trough will extend from the interior over northwest Victoria today and tomorrow, expected to linger on Sunday and deepen over Western Victoria on Monday as a cold front approaches from the west. Around the capitals today, a shower or two in Brisbane and 28 degrees. Sydney will be partly cloudy and 25. 30 degrees in Adelaide. In Melbourne, it'll be a mostly sunny day. We're headed for 25 degrees. 24 in the city tomorrow before 27 on both your Easter Sunday and Monday. And that's all from Melbourne's morning news. Next, we're live to the Royal Children's Hospital Good Friday appeal. I look forward to your company throughout the afternoon. For now, from the 7 News team, have a great day.
Stream 7 News live and on demand on 7plus and stay informed on 7news.com.au. Nobody knows news better.